You sit here and you pontificate
She has
about issues that concern me, and it's offensive. It's offensive.
So be offended and correct him.
Yes, I am. No, I am correcting him. I'm
Brenda's
telling him
offended by the
to go educate his dumb ass and not talk about something he doesn't know jack shit about.
I mean, I did.
I don't want to.
He doesn't have to either. What's the
yes? That's
point?
fine. The point is that if you want to talk about it, educate yourself about it.
You can't tell me one fucking thing about it.
Yes, I can. I can. I simply refuse to. I want to motivate you to educate your stupid dumb ass about it.
Yeah, then
talk about it. No, that won't do anything.
Brenda, let me ask you a question.
Go get it from from an authoritative source. Somebody from a medical or psychological
what source did you look
website.
up? All right, Brenda, fine. Let's do what you did. Let's go to an authoritative source. So what authoritative source did you go to that said that body dysmorphia and gender dysphoria are mutually exclusive?
The program in human sexuality run by Dr. Eli Coleman.
I believe one has to do with gender,
That
and
was
the other one has to
informative.
do with the whole body.
Not the whole body.
That was very informative.
I was going to ask Brenda. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask Brenda a question really quick. Brenda,
If you have dysphoria or dysmorphia about your role,
I'm
it doesn't
just
have to
sick
do with
and
the whole
tired
body.
of people.
I would be too.
People
I would be
talking
too.
about this. Why don't we talk about you, huh? Why don't we talk about you and how gays, whatever we want to talk about gays. Let's talk about gays and by people who know nothing about what homosexuality is and how would you
point on homosexuality
and listen to them day after day. I don't want to have to deal with it. It's bullshit. It's
then leave the room. Bye.
No,
Brenda.
I don't have
Brenda,
to.
why don't you
I don't
leave,
have
Brenda?
to.
How about Brenda?
Okay, so if you're saying that you don't want to listen to it, and you're also saying that you don't have to leave the room,
that's right.
Where's the middle ground, Brenda?
That's right. The middle ground is that the people who are ignorant go and educate their dumb, stupid asses about what they're talking about.
Brenda, you sound so triggered right now.
Yeah, I'm upset. Yes, I would like people not to talk about. Fuck Wikipedia.
Brenda, the methodology of addressing people's ignorance is not going to help their ignorance in the slightest.
Right.
Well,
you need to provide
it's
information.
not going. I don't need to provide information.
You're right. You don't, but you have to also understand that your methodology of addressing his ignorance is not going to fix it.
Right. People want to learn.
It might actually. It's more than anything else.
You're going to sit here and tell me that what you're doing is more probable to fix what he's going through than going to research.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Because people don't change. Because people don't change unless the pain of staying where they are is greater than the pain of changing. Right. So I have to. That's how people work. People, let me repeat that for you. People do not change unless the pain of remaining where they are is greater than the pain of changing. So I have to, in this case, because these people are ignorant and arrogant idiots.
She's just saying people don't change unless they have a reason to change. But that's just, first of all, that's gibberish, right? You could change involuntarily. So
you can't. No, you don't.
You can't change involuntarily. So
that's not what we're talking about.
Let me ask you a question about this.
No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in conducting clinics for ignorant people anymore. Right? That time was years ago. Today, go educate your ass.
Let's get somebody in here that actually wants to talk.
So far, almost everything Brenda has said has just been
educated. Come back educated.
I think I have a fair representation
Come back,
of what gender
when you know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not interested in listening to you.
What makes gender dysphoria not a type of body dysmorphia?
Well, I don't.
I actually.
It's okay. So dysphoria actually only speaks about the discomfort in one's being. There's different kinds of dysphoria. There's identity dysphoria.
It's definitely a psychological disorder. Sure.
Right.
So gender dysphoria is specifically about like your gender and sex, and body dysmorphia is when like someone experiences intense anxiety about a certain aspect of their body. It's not a whole body thing.
Yeah.
Typically. It's usually like oh, like it's like totally irrational. So someone could think that one of their legs is much longer than the other when they're actually like even, and they have like maybe it affects them like walking psychologically.
Yeah,
like there's
okay.
some like
So if
pretty
you have a
deep.
false belief, sure, but what if like you just want to have brown hair but you have black hair?
Yeah.
You can dye it. Like I mean, okay, so like the reason why someone would be classified as having body dysmorphia, and typically why anyone would be diagnosed with such a psychological condition, is that it interferes with their day-to-day life, and there's not a way to fix it. So like, you know, with hair you can just dye it, right, and that won't cause you anxiety. But if someone like
reassignment surgery.
I'm being interrupted. Like, for example, one of the extremes.
We get the point.
One of the,
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Let her talk.
All right,
one
what
of the extremes in body.
I was saying, Jackie, you're saying that it can't be changed, but that's wrong. There are sex reassignment surgeries.
Okay, let me finish. I'm not.
Yeah, and if that's the
Oh
only
my
criteria,
God! Never mind.
even if that were
Never
true,
mind.
that's sort of trivial. Doesn't seem like
Yeah,
something
you idiots can't even let her talk.
Yeah,
And she
I
left.
hate when people
She
talk
left
on
now.
stuff they're not
She
informed.
left now.
That's
She
too
left.
bad.
So
She should've
congratulations.
addressed
Congratulations for
Josh's
being
point.
fucking assholes and
Yeah,
not
she should've
letting her
addressed
talk.
Josh's point.
So
She should've
no,
addressed
you're
Josh's
being
point.
fucking
Brenda's just
assholes
triggered for different
for
reasons.
not
We're not.
letting her talk. Yeah, you're assholes. You're just, that's all you are, is you're just sexist pigs.
Oh my God, Brenda, shut the fuck
Good,
up.
good one, Brenda.
No, you're
You got him.
sexist pigs. You didn't let her talk.
Brenda, shut
This
the
is so
fuck
No,
up.
funny.
that's true.
Yeah,
You
men are never
overtalked.
Was it really
You
necessary to throw the
overtalked
card,
treated
Brenda?
badly by this group.
You
It's only
Was it
over-
really
Talk-
necessary to throw the
Everything
sexist
that
pig
further
card,
comes out of
Brenda?
your mouth
God damn it.
absolutely means
You're
nothing. You should not
sexist
waste your time.
pigs, and you overtalked her. You overtalked her because you discounted everything that
We
she was saying.
overtalk someone.
You
That's
didn't
what
allow.
sexist
Yes,
pigs.
yes, it
I
does.
asked her a question.
That's how. No.
Yeah, what you said
You
was
interrupted her.
false, you fucking idiot.
You
because I
interrupted
asked her
Don't
a
scream back at her.
question.
She
You
doesn't-
interrupted her and didn't let her
So what?
talk, and she
How is
left.
that fucking relevant?
That makes you.
I
That
didn't
makes
know
you
what she
a
said.
prick.
If I asked her a fucking
that-
question,
That makes you an
response to it,
asshole.
Is there,
It-
wait, is there a
it
principle of
makes
objection
you
to interruption, Brenda?
Asshole.
I have a better
What's the
question. Is
makes
there a mod
objection
here?
to interruption?
Asshole. That's
What's
what
the
it does.
principle
It
of
makes
objection to
you
interruption?
an asshole. It makes you a sexist
You ju-
asshole. That's
They
what it
only
does.
overtalks
For a
women.
fact.
Men
Yes.
have never been overtalked.
Brenda, you want to say it
Yeah,
one
I
more time
think we
for
just
effect?
gotta let this one
Yes,
burn itself.
you're sexist because you overtalked her. Yes, you are.
Sexist because we overtalked her, because
Yes.
that's the definition of sexist, right, Brenda?
Wait,
Obviously
Brenda, what's
not.
the
Right,
argument that it was motivated by
We
being
that
a
what it
female?
left her because of her sex, not because we wanted to ask her a question, right,
No,
Brenda? That makes sense.
yeah, you overtalked her. Yes,
Because
that
of-
makes you sexist. Yes,
Which
it
makes you
does.
an
Is it because she was a woman?
Brenda.
Yes, you're sexist.
Completely.
You are. Just face it. And
Brenda,
and
may
then
I
just
just
move
mention,
on.
before
What
you
are you
joined and started
talking
your
about?
bullshit,
You sound
this
like
was
a fucking
completely
psycho, dude.
normal
You're the
conversation.
same thing to everybody.
You can't talk yet. You
Yeah.
can't talk with these
What the
assholes
fuck
in
are
here
you talking
because
about?
they think
pointed
they
out
know everything.
She
'cause
said that
we
was
just
my
talk.
God, we've even blatantly, explicitly said I don't understand something, and you've refused to identify
Yes,
what
yes.
your beliefs are.
Yes,
Yeah, I
because
agree.
in the
I
year
agree with that.
2019, get your dumbass educated. I'm not interested in educating
Brenda.
you.
Anybody can say, get your dumb ass educated, Brenda. That's not
Yes.
a fucking argument. That's not a reason. That's nothing. And you know
Yes.
what? I'm looking around.
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
seeing any fucking
The time
distinction
the
that
time for
anybody's
you to
fucking
have
providing.
the time
Nevertheless,
for
one that
you
can-
to have
that
figured
one
this
can-
out
that
is
can stand up
over.
to philosophical
We
scrutiny. You just
are
have
not
nothing,
interested.
Brenda. You're just
We are
sitting
not
there with
interested
fucking
in-
nothing, with
we're not-
shit in your fucking hands.
We're
You
not
act like a
interested.
fucking moron. You come in here, you act like a
I
fucking.
don't care.
Nobody fucking.
I don't
respects
care.
Not because of
So-
anything.
So Brenda,
yes.
having to do with
We-
hold on, Derek, guys, please,
Yeah.
hold
We-
on. Guys,
we are not
this is
interested.
Zero context.
We
Zero.
are not interested in holding your hands anymore.
Brenda just
We're-
making
The
moves.
time,
Brenda.
Who's
the
we?
time,
Who the
the
fuck
ti-
is we? No one is
the-
on your side, Brenda.
the
You sound like
trans
a-
community. We is the trans community. We are not interested in holding your hands. We're not interested in holding your hands and walking you gently and walking you gently through the terrifying and confusing world of gender. We're not interested in doing that anymore. Go educate your dumb ass and then come back when
Brenda,
you know what you're talking about.
Brenda, as someone who's actually an LGBT community member, right, and wanting to further and kind of stop the propaganda that's being spread around, especially in parts of the world that are very harsh to our community, I think it's very important that education is not just shoved on someone through policies and like scholar papers and Googling advice. Yeah. So if you're going to sit here and say that there's something wrong with his stance, which honestly, I don't even think he gave one.
Whatever. Yeah, he did have a stance.
What was the stance, Brenda?
That gender dysphoria is just like not liking your hair color.
Brenda, how are you feeling today right now?
No,
Feeling
it wasn't gender dysphoria. Just
Yuri, shut the
dysphoria.
fuck up. Why?
Just that there could be dysphoria about your hair color.
And that's deeply offensive. That's offensive. That's deeply offensive. It is.
Why do I like my hair color? So you're
saying that was gender dysphoria.
That's like
saying
saying
your gender is.
That's like saying that's that's deeply offensive, and I don't have to put up with it.
Well, what's the difference?
It's not my problem. No, I don't have to leave. Maybe you should leave.
Well, what's the difference?
Maybe you should leave.
The difference.
I'm interested in an
maybe
actual
you should leave.
conversation, Brenda. If you're not going to provide that,
no. If you can't have an informed conversation, then you leave.
There's a difference without it.
You leave. You leave.
I thought everybody was actually adequately
informed
about the topic.
Go away. Go away. Why don't you leave?
Which they're different, but they're. Is that?
Why don't you leave?
Is that
why?
I don't have to leave.
Why would we do that, Brenda? Why?
Brenda, because
this is a server only.
There's 45 other people in here willing to have a constructive conversation besides you. That's why I'm staying. You're the one that's the outlier. You should definitely consider leaving.
How are you feeling right now, Brenda? Brenda, should you go take a rest?
Shut the fuck up.
Should you go take a rest, right, Brenda?
Shut the fuck up, Yuri.
Why would I do that, Molly? Why would I listen to you?
Because you're being
I'm
a
hanging
piece
out
of
with Jack
shit
and
little cunt right now. And what you need to do is get your
I'm hanging out with Jack,
out
Josh,
of your
and Vic
little
right now.
cohort's asses.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with Vic and Jack and Josh.
Is Molly still a mod? Do we have to listen to her or no?
Shut the fuck up to you too, you fucking
Yeah, isn't Molly sounding like a piece of shit cop? Like,
we don't have to listen to Molly.
Yeah, why would we listen to Molly? Yeah, I don't understand.
I didn't say you had to. I just said to shut the fuck up.
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Interested in what?
Wait, hold on, wait, Jack, what'd you say?
Wouldn't you want to listen to Molly?
No, especially if she's telling you to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's dumb. Fuck you, Jack. I thought you were
smart.
smart.
Yeah, we're being irrational, man. We're following Bill Gromby's view.
Molly, Jack, do you have a principle that says you should listen to Molly? Like if she told you.
Why don't we get Molly to tell us some things we want?
Oh, yeah, that would work.
What would you like to hear, Jack? I'm more
Some
than happy to
some anecdotes from your daily life.
Daily life? My daily life is rather dull right now.
Well, tell us like the exciting.
It's just a bunch of old people shit. It's not gonna be exciting.
Regale us with old stories, Molly.
Would you like me to regale you with which old stories would you like to hear about? When I was in Iraq, when I was in Iraq, Afghanistan, Operation Telek, which one?
I'm sorry.
Oh, so not only is your husband a piece of shit, so are you.
Absolutely.
That's not nice, Manny.
Why don't you come and visit me, Manny, and we can talk about what a piece of shit I am.
She was in Iraq. Wait, okay, I'll take it back if there's a context, but if she was just like some fucking American soldier killing brown people.
I'm not. Hey, hello. I'm sorry. Right, quick. Do I sound American to you?
Yeah, I don't think that makes a difference.
Molly, what's your country of citizenship?
Well, it sounds like she's from the UK, probably English.
Good call. Brilliant.
Very astute observation.
How long?
Man, we never would have figured that one out.
Was she nursing the brown people or not, Jack?
Oh my god.
Or was she nursing the people that were killing the brown people?
Oh my god.
Well,
under Geneva Convention, both.
Well, we don't really want to talk about this, do we?
Oh no, well,
Well, we
I'm
don't, but
entertaining
Molly
them.
interrupted us having fun with Brenda, playing with her like a little chew toy. So now
Well,
Are
Molly.
you
Yuri's a
being a
genius.
little, you being a little bit Yuri? Yes, and Pogan, you can go fuck off.
Wait,
too,
why? Why is that, Molly?
Miss Pogan?
Well, I want to talk to Brenda, Molly. I don't want
No,
to do
you
anything.
don't.
I just want to hang
You
with
don't
Brenda.
want to talk to Brenda. No, you
Wait,
don't.
no, let's
right
have
around
Vic.
Brenda.
No, no,
wanted
let's
to
just
get-
have Vic talk to Brenda again.
I
This
wanted
is
to
like
get
a
down to
good
the
Yeah,
one.
Vic,
bottom
let's go
of,
talk to Brenda.
me
Let's
too.
talk to
what
Brenda. Figure
dysphoria
out the
was.
problem.
Let's go back. Let's go back to demonstrating that Brenda is irrational.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Me too.
Let's go.
Well, I think that we agree that dysphoria is just being uncomfortable at some part of your body. And I don't think anybody said that not liking your hair color was gender dysphoria.
No, no one said that.
No,
He was
nobody said
comparing
I didn't think so.
dysmorphia.
Nobody was saying
Dysmorphia.
Well, dysmorphia is something different.
Right, exactly. He
altogether.
was saying dysmorphia is with a specific body part or having let's see.
I think
No
I
one
think
ever
you can
brought
have
up gender
dysphoria.
dysphoria. We were talking body dysmorphia and body dysphoria. And
Correct.
Vic was liking one of them to his hair analogy, but we never got that off the ground. So
body
Right, that's what I thought.
Well, I think her motivation is he doesn't want to like consider it a mental disorder or something. But
For someone to compare.
I wasn't saying that like not liking your hair color entails that it's a mental disorder, right? You could just not like your hair color, and there could be no false belief there, right?
Right.
Well,
So that
Because
would
if
make
false
it not
belief, it's not a
dysmorphic.
delusion, right?
That
And
would
that's
make
just
it not
going on.
dysmorphic for sure.
Yeah. Well, then I don't. Yeah, sure, right. But I was just saying that there was an analogy there. You don't
Right,
like
that's-
your hair color, you want a different hair color. You don't like your gender, you want a different gender or whatever, or your sex.
Yeah, I guess nobody wants to think of gender dysphoria as a disorder, but I mean that's
Yeah,
how it
well,
is.
it's only
And
a
that's how it's
disorder based on false
classified
belief, right? If it's based on
by
some false
psychology.
belief, it
Gender
could be
dysphoria is 100%.
It's not based
disorder.
on a false belief. That's
No,
just, you don't
I
know
didn't
what
say
you're
it
talking
is.
about.
I didn't say it is, right? But presumably there might be some cases in which it is, right? There
Gender
could be-
dysphoria
No.
is 100% a disorder.
What? You're
100%.
saying nobody out there thinks that they have a different gender or something? It's based on a false belief. There's not one.
How can you
gender
be
dysphoria
dissatisfied
is.
with your gender if you have a false belief about your gender?
What are you talking about?
What?
Wait, what's the incongruity there?
How can you have what?
How can you have a false belief about your gender, right? If you're dissatisfied with your gender.
Well, you could want to be non-binary, right? But mistakenly think that you're female when you're
What
actually
would
male,
be the
right?
what would be the false belief?
Well, what Manny just said, you could want to be not binary, mistakenly think that you're female when you're actually male.
I mean, that was a really stupid question.
Yeah, how could somebody be gender dysphoric if they don't believe that their body is different than their gender identity?
Wait, that's assuming a mistaken belief,
So
though. Wait,
right. So if I
what?
think if somebody thinks that they are in fact actually a woman when they are born a man, they don't have gender dysphoria because they're not dysphoric. They just think they're deluded. They're not dysphoric.
No, they could think that they're a male, be a female, and then desire to be a female.
You
idea
can't
of
think
dysphoria
logically
comes from the idea
about
that the
this.
person has distress due to their birth assigned sex. So unless they feel distressed about it, they're not dysphoric.
How could somebody who thinks that they are a woman
but was
born a man actually
example of
be dysphoric?
dysmorphia was that like your legs were actually the same length, but you thought they were of different lengths.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's why you
Transgender people don't have.
That could be the case for gender.
Yeah. Gender dysphoric people don't have false beliefs about what's between their legs.
Well, some. Why couldn't one?
Right? They don't have false beliefs. They're aware of what the reality is, but they're uncomfortable with it.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. So he's just fucking stupid. He's
You're
a
saying
moron.
there's a
He's
false
a
belief.
moron.
You can't say that there's a false belief that they would like to be not that.
That's what
They'd
you
like
Yeah,
to be.
that was the point. Yeah.
No,
How can you have a?
There's not one person out there who has a false belief about.
Listen. Try to follow logic.
no.
If you can. I know it's difficult for you. So try to follow along. Try to follow along. If a person is born a male, but actually believes they are in fact female, how could they be dysphoric about the fact that they are biologically male?
because they're upset that they're male.
But they have a false belief that they're female, so they wouldn't be dysphoric, would they, morons? Yeah, that'd be fucking stupid to even think that. How fucking stupid does somebody have to be to think that that's a logical argument? How fucking ignorant do you have to be?
Hold on 1 second.
That's unbelievably fucking stupid.
The example was
Brenda is starting to wreck y'all. Y'all are getting wrecked.
And they thought that one leg
How can somebody who is born a male but actually thinks that they are in fact a female be dysphoric about their maleness when they don't think that they're male? You fucking moron! You fucking moron!
She understands why she's irrational, and that's why she's just repeating herself.
Yeah, but look, she made the claim at the outset, right, that if you were mistaken about your gender identity, then you couldn't be dysphoric, right? If you had some sort of false belief, right? But the point is that she gave one example in which I would grant that in that one example there is some inconsistency there, right? But there are going to be other cases, right, in which the mistaken belief about your gender identity is not inconsistent with having dysphoria, right? Like the example that I gave regarding desiring to be non-binary, being actually male, but being mistaken about being female, right? That's a case in which you're mistaken about gender identity, but nonetheless you could have dysphoria, right? So I think the claim you made at the outset was way too broad, and now you're just giving one like very specific example in which I guess we agree.
Wait, let me understand what you're saying, man. You're saying that a person wants to be non-binary. That means they want to identify as neither of the two. And they believe that they're female, but that's a mistaken belief, and they are in fact male.
Yeah, the idea is that they're acting within the male norm, right? However, they believe themselves to be acting within the female norm, whilst the entire time desiring not to act in accordance with either of the identifying and not acting in accordance with either of the norms.
You mean like you, Manny?
I don't know. I'm not.
Not like this, JJ.
I don't think this line of reasoning makes sense. If you, we have to pick apart what you're saying, man, because I don't know.
Well, I guess I'm just saying that in reality you could be acting within the X norm, right? But you could be mistaken and think that you're acting within the Y norm, right? But the whole time you desire to be acting within the Z norm. That doesn't, I guess, seem problematic.
Well, the thing is that the reason I don't understand that is because the norms are going to be cashed out in terms of how the person identifies. So that's one case in which I don't think you can be mistaken with respect to which norm you're acting in accord, right? Those norms are defined by you.
Oh, I guess if we're not talking about general societal norms, then it's like whatever the person identifies with, then sure.
Well, that's the whole point, is that it's about identity.
But that's not what body dysmorphia is about. It's not about identity. It's about an inability. Body dysmorphia is an inability to correctly understand your own body. So they will mistakenly believe, for instance, that one leg is shorter than another when in fact it isn't. People who are gender dysphoric are not mistaken about their body. They're just uncomfortable with it.
It looks when I read it on Wikipedia, it's characterized by the obsessive idea.
Don't read Wikipedia.
But the obsessive idea that some aspect of one's own body part or appearance is severely flawed and therefore warrants exceptional measures to hide or fix one's dysmorphic part on one's figure. I don't see why.
Don't read Wikipedia.
Why?
Don't read it. Just stop reading it. Just stop.
Why?
Because it's shit. That's why.
But wait a minute. So I'm failing to understand. If you have a problem with one leg being longer than the other, wouldn't that initially apply to the genitalia? You believe that, you know?
No. People who are gender dysphoric are not confused about the fact that if you're male to female that you have a penis, right? They're not confused about that. People who are body dysmorphic are confused about the length of their legs. They are not, in fact, actually. One is not, in fact, actually short.
Wait, but the person who
Why are you doing this? I was talking, you fucking moron. I was talking. Why?
God.
Why do you do that?
Right.
Why do you do that?
Keep talking.
So the original example didn't involve somebody that was confused.
I thought dysmorphic disorder had nothing to do with confusion and everything to do with distress.
Look.
No, body dysmorphia is an inability to accurately perceive your own body. That's what it is. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
no, but that's
Yes,
not
it
what I was
is.
talking about. It doesn't really matter.
It's not about accurately perceiving.
But it's not possible to accurately not perceive what's between your legs, but
So actually, here's
accurately not
interesting.
perceive what leg is longer than the other.
You're just wrong.
It's part of the body, right?
This
No,
is something
so-
from Mayo Clinic, really quick. The flaw actually can be real or imagined.
Correct.
But the person, it's dependent
okay.
that the person spends hours a day trying to fix it or some variant of that.
Hide it or change it.
Right. Exactly. So
Okay. All right.
Don't read WebMD. That's fucking bad.
I
'Cause
tried, man.
Don't do it because it's bad.
It's Mayo Clinic. I'm not going to post
Mayo
it.
What's wrong with the Mayo
Bullshit.
Clinic?
So gender dysphoria is a type of body dysphoria.
Dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So.
That was the whole reason Brenda started her tirade. So no, not the same.
It's not my tirade.
It's
it's perfectly reasonable.
I
And
really
today,
appreciate you explaining yourself. I really
it's
did.
perfectly reasonable. You know, I'm fucking tired of having to deal with these ignorant fools. Right?
Well, now we're not ignorant. You taught us. Congrats.
No.
Wait, what is?
I despise you.
I think most everybody talking about it wasn't really confused about it.
No. Yeah, they are. They're still wrong about it.
Brenda seemed.
Yeah.
Well, you just look. You're just using some proprietary definition just
No.
because you got
No,
porn.
it's not proprietary. This is the medical definition.
Well,
You just read the medical definition, and it wasn't what you were saying.
Look, I mean, it even says that there are distinct kinds of body dysmorphic disorder. One of them is a delusional variant. So there's a delusional variant of body dysmorphic disorder and a non-delusional variant. So I don't understand. The reason you're saying that that's not accurate is just because you have a fucking you're invested in it not being true.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick and tired of it. Yes, I am. You would be too.
Okay.
But you would be if it was about you. You would be fucking tired of it. I'm tired of ignorant people talking about my issues as if they know what they're talking about when they don't.
About, Brenda?
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know.
Do you not have an obsessive idea that one's aspect of a body part or appearance is severely flawed, therefore warrants exceptional measures to hide or fix one's dysmorphic part in one's figure? Do you not have that?
Yeah, I'm not dysphoric.
You don't have gender dysphoria?
No, it's been treated.
So then I don't understand what the issue is. How is all the whole criticism is that we were saying shit about you, but you're just saying this doesn't apply to you? So what the fuck are you talking
Sure,
about?
it does.
I don't
Sure,
understand.
it applies to me.
It's
like saying I also have I'm pre-diabetic, so my diabetes is currently being treated with diet and some other things, right? But that doesn't mean I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm not diabetic because
You're not diabetic, right?
Right. Well,
So you are
I am, but I'm not.
Dysphoric. So you are.
I am, but I'm not.
You are, but you're not. Okay, Brenda.
Yeah.
You are dysphoric, but you're not dysphoric.
I am in one context, and in another, I'm not in different contexts.
Whatever. Just dig your heels in deeper. Go ahead.
Brenda, do you have any body dysmorphia?
No.
The only body that has Brenda is this conversation.
She has body dysmorphia, but she doesn't have it.
So I guess my dysmorphia is that I wish my dick was bigger, and I spend hours a day with a penis pump trying to make it bigger.
Yeah, I don't think that would really qualify as body.
Hey! Don't you talk about shit you don't know about, Brenda. I go
bet
through
it does.
this every day.
Right.
What was that?
Yeah.
Alex doesn't have a big dick.
That was amazing.